All right, hello everyone. Hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. It's good to have a special guest on. Joining me tonight is Reo Daniela from Warriors Fan TV. I've had him on a few times. These guys should know who he is. He's a regular on the channel. It's good to have you on, Rio. Unfortunate, it's not in a position where we want to be at this point of the
Mm,
season. But
mm.
yeah, how are you going, Rio? Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, kia ora, Christian. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah. Last Friday was a hard watch. We talked about it Monday night on our Monday night corridor, Nick and the boys, and yeah, it was we all four of us. There's usually Tans as well, but Tans was away. Um,
Yep.
but all four of us were struggling to find silver linings. Put it that way, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, and hello to Jacko in the chat here. Just pop in to see hello to Jacko. He's saying hello to Kiora Campers. Good to see Jacko in the chat. He's another one of those loyal viewers and channel viewers to the channel. So it's good to see Jacko here in the chat as well. And I'm sure we'll get a few more viewers as the show rolls on. So everyone, before
Nice.
getting into it, make sure you do like the live stream. If you haven't done so already, click that thumbs up button. And also, if you haven't done so and you are a new viewer or returning viewer to the channel, please make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also go and subscribe and follow Warriors Fan TV as well. Big shout out to the legends
Sure.
at Warriors Fan TV. They do some great work with their content. And of course, they've got
Mm,
their show on every Monday night as well. So tune in for their channel, but tune in for their content.
sure.
But yeah, actually, why don't we actually talk about the maybe have a quick recap of the Rays game. We won't go too much into it
Mm,
because it's already gone long and past. But I just
yeah.
want to give your thoughts, get your thoughts on the Raiders game last week. It was on the last Friday night down there at Geo Stadium in Canberra. And look, in my opinion, I thought our start wasn't the greatest. You know, we're
Mm,
down 40-0. The
mm,
start wasn't ideal. Put us in a very tough position early on where we had to chase the game. And we've
mm.
been doing that quite a lot this year. We've been in games where we've been chasing the game in close games as well. So what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the Raiders game? What was your take out of the Raiders game? Because a lot of people were very critical of the goal kicking, and I don't think the
Mm,
goal kicking really was the
mm.
main reason we lost that game. It played a little
Yeah.
part, but that wasn't. We shouldn't be blaming, Chanel Harris Tavita.
Mm,
It was a tough night for the young bloke, but yeah, I think
yeah.
the comments he copped were ridiculous, probably over the top for me, in my
Mm,
opinion. But yeah, what were your thoughts there on that Raiders game?
yeah. Oh no, I totally agree, bro. Like Chanel, um, yeah, him missing those conversions wasn't why we lost the game. It was just unfortunate. And I mean that Friday night, Canberra, um, it was cold and windy and foggy. The Raiders halfback he pretty much had that ball on a string. It's his
Yeah.
home ground. Knows every inch of that park. So and he maximised it. He's back from a long term injury. So
Mm.
it was yeah, yeah, and you're right, we didn't help ourselves. Those that first 10, 15 minutes, those tries that were scored. Um, I'd said this Monday night as well, but the Canberra forwards that obviously gone away, done their homework
Yeah.
on us, and their very first set of six, they made like 50 yards on us, and like it was just that was disheartening because it's like holy. Um, but they had quite a few sets like that in their first half. They were just rolling through, and then their backs would starting to punch our line and make ground on us.
Yeah.
And waiting for the waiting for our boys to respond or fight back or just whatever. It was we were struggling. We were struggling to make yards. Um, Tuopiki goes off in that first 4 or 5 minutes, and really felt for the young fella because 5 minutes of first grade and then he's gone skis. And it's
Yeah.
just like
Tough.
you poor bastard. Yeah, yeah, it was tough. It was very tough. Um, yeah, and just we just look lost at times, and we've
Mm.
looked like that over the last at least 4 or 5 rounds. Um, and the times where we have kind of clicked together, then we're all good. We are very much the Raiders. Sorry, the Warriors from last year, from last season.
Yeah,
Um, but Friday night's game was just like, yeah, it was a hard watch, bro. It was a hard watch. Not that there weren't individuals that were trying. I
mm,
think like Mitch Barney, Big Barney, um, he was definitely leading the way.
yep,
Um, but again, and our guys playing out of position,
yep,
and it was just like, yeah, we have to. I feel for Uncle. I feel for Uncle Anaru. Um, he's definitely got a job ahead of him. Interesting selection for this Friday.
yeah.
But yeah, that game Friday night's game against Raiders was hard mahi, bro. Hard to watch.
Yeah, and look, I think our efforts, you can't fault the efforts of a lot for some of the players as well, but it was just a point of the season where we've had results in games where we've been in the games, but we've just not been able to
Mm,
execute the plays.
yeah,
We got to execute the plays if you want to
yeah,
pick up the 2 points. The effort can be all and good, but you got
yeah.
to make sure you get the job done. And of course, referring back to last year, we a lot of our games defensively attack.
Mm,
We've been able to execute it, but obviously this year it's probably much summed up. I think the Rays really summed up how our season's been going. Like, we've
mm,
been there. There've been games where we start off well, and we've clocked off, and there's been games where we've started off poorly, and then try to get back in it,
mm,
but we leave ourselves too much work to do. And
mm,
Jacko just saying here, just hello to Jacko again. This is saying here that we played like Warriors of old, a trend that Webster needs to reverse before next season.
mm,
And hello to pre-game Fallon in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, pre-game Fallon. Hope you're doing well. Jack is
true.
also saying here, probably over the top, way over the top in regards to CHT. The comments, Warriors have an underbelly of some nasty fair weather fans who love to hate. Yeah, well, that that
Mm,
that is sometimes, usually the case with, it can be a
mm,
lot of case with the fans as well. It can be
yeah,
quite
yeah,
over the top at
yeah.
times.
I'd imagine every
Yeah,
club has them. The
and,
even the top four
yeah,
teams. You look at the Panthers, the Broncos, the
yeah,
Storm. They'll have that core group that are just haters, hate because they can kind of thing.
yeah,
But so we're no strangers to it. And another thing I'll add, bro, and I said this
yeah.
Monday night. Um, you know, both teams, us and the Raiders, neither of us deserve to be in the eight, bro. If
No,
we play footy like that. That is definitely not top eight football, and it's not
yeah,
September footy football. Especially when you put your hand up to be a contender to take the title. Um, yeah, it's nah. The and I'm not trying to shit on the Raiders, but
yeah,
their performance wasn't, ours was bad. Theirs wasn't that much better. We scored more tries than them. They
yeah,
scored three and we scored four. How many times does that happen? To a winning team. So yeah, it was. We got a lot of work to do in these next 6 rounds. If we want to. Personally, I can't see us making the eight.
yep,
Um, and that's just me, bro. But and if we don't, what I'd like to see is the boys finish a lot stronger than what they have been for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. Start putting some performances together that'll build a platform moving into next year. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, that's just me, bro. That's just me.
yeah. And I was going to ask about that too, because the next 6 games,
Mm,
what do you reckon, is possible from here on in? Like, obviously,
yeah.
you're saying that we won't make the eight. I don't think
Mm,
we can make the eight. I when we lost to the Titans, I sort of read it off. Because
mm,
when you lose to the Titans by that margin, it just says, really, do you deserve to be making the finals? And then obviously that
yeah.
Raiders game, there was some slight hope if we won that game, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah. Yeah.
slight hope is gone. And from here on in, you have
Mm,
to win every game,
yeah.
and hope for results to go your way. And I don't think that's gonna happen. But
Yeah. Can I
yeah,
just say, bro, just in regards to
yep,
that Titans game too, three
yeah,
years ago, 3 years ago, Anzac Day against the Storm,
yeah,
worst loss ever. no one saw us losing to the Titans by the exact
Mm.
same margin, and like not even under Webby's watch
Yep.
that we thought we'd lose a game like that. So yeah, we beat the Broncos, but then we lose to the Dogs, and then we lose to the Raiders, and it's like, yeah, whatever's going on with the team, yeah, like I love Uncle Anaru. I love Webby. I love what he's brought to the team. Um, the players, I can't remember who mentioned it Monday night, but I think it might have been Nick. Nick mentioned that the players love
Yep.
the coach, and they back him. They back him 100%. So whatever's going on, it's just not it's not translating onto the playing field. They
Mm.
yeah, whether it's an injury toll, lack of
Yeah.
confidence, lack of combinations, um, the guys playing out of position. We got Capewell, Capewell running at centre last Friday, and it's just like,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
young fella, Halasima, who's a second row, and it's
Yep.
just like, yeah, that was, we're trying to stop fill these gaps when our New South Wales Cup boys, we have specialist centres and wingers and fullbacks and all the other positions, and it's kind of like, um, that's why, like, when the team list came out yesterday, while Graham Tofa, I like him. I think that the young fella's going to add a bit of
Mm.
stability to their backline. Um, but yeah, you probably could have pulled up maybe one, two more of those young fellas. And sorry, and we mentioned this Monday night too.
Yep.
The missing those conversions. It just highlights who's our kicker. For the next six
Yeah.
weeks, assuming Adam comes back next week or whatever. But if he don't, it
Yep.
really is just Chanel. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, all these little conundrums we're facing at the moment, and it's just like, yeah, needs to be sorted, bro. Needs to be sorted pretty fast.
Yeah, and Pompey's done a bit of goal kicking as well for us this year,
Mm,
and he's been
yeah.
pretty reliable for us as well in terms of goal kicker. But just that, actually, I had a look at our injuries at the moment,
Mm,
and I think I'll bring it up here because we've got a big injury list,
mm,
and that's
yeah.
that's definitely played a part like throughout the season.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because
absolutely, bro.
like I'm not saying as an excuse at all, but I do feel
Mm,
like it's sort of played a part in a way because we've not been able to field like our spine. Like we haven't had a consistent 1, 6, 7, and 9 on the field throughout the
mm,
whole season. We've had
mm,
C&K at fullback, we've had Tane at fullback. We've had
mm,
now Rogers at fullback this week. So we've
mm.
also had injuries to our halves as well.
Yep.
With
Yeah,
Luke
bro.
Metcalf, and I'm a big Luke Metcalf fan, and I hope he can stay fit next year because I
Mm,
think for me, like throughout the start of the season, I thought he was our starting halfback going through the rest of the year. But unfortunately, he picked
yeah.
up that injury, which kept him out. Has kept him out for a lot of the season. So yeah, like looking at the injury list, Rocco Berry, he's out with a shoulder injury still. It's saying indefinite, so there's no timeline when he's back. Tohu Harris as well, wrist injury, he's gone for the season. And Sean Johnson, Achilles, apparently he's supposed to be a couple of weeks away. Then you got Luke Metcalf. It says Luke Metcalf round 23. That's the
Wow.
latest that he'll be back. So I don't know
Mm,
whether you. Question to you: whether you risk these players, do you bring them back, or if they're fit, or do you risk the point of a long recovery for next year? Because I think next year we don't want to be going to the off season with players sitting on the sideline for a longer period. So what would
yeah.
you do if you were Webby? Would you bring some of these players back in these next couple of games? Because it feels like
Yeah.
these next couple of games aren't really. We're not really playing for anything. We're just playing obviously to finish the season off on a good note. But what would you do? Because Montoya there, he's got a groin injury. So we've got a lot of our outside backs as well. We've had a few injuries this year as well. Chance is back at round 22, it says. Pompey, round 25, round 26. And I'm saying to a pick, he's got a concussion. He's not back till round 22. So what what'd you do? And
Yeah,
what regards to that?
I don't know. Sorry, bro. There was a bit of feedback going on while you were
Yeah.
talking.
Oh,
Um, yeah.
oh,
It's So I'm not even sure if you can hear me, hear me properly, bro. But it's
yeah.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Uh, r- yeah. Shawnee's a top grade player, and Uncle Andrew's already shown that once he's Shawnee's over his injury, and if he's up for it, he's gonna play him regardless. Um, Damien mentioned Monday night on our platform the whole there, and I didn't necessarily agree when he first brought it up, but I think he's got a valid point that maybe Shawnee needs to start New South Wales Cup. Um, I just can't see Uncle doing it. He's pretty loyal to him, and sad to say that when Shawnee has, when he's been leading the troops around, it just hasn't been to the same effect as last year. Um, so it's like we yeah, do we rush these guys back in? Um, he might just get, Webby just might get his hand forced. Um, if we do if another two or three key players get injured against the Tigers, he's not going to have a choice. He's going to have to bring the New South Wales Cup boys up.
yeah.
Because yeah. Again, Monday night, I can't remember who said it, but one of the guys was saying that the Warriors have got the biggest injury toll of all the NRL teams, and it's just like, well, that for me is one of the telling factors. That
Mm,
um, we're struggling to find some decent cover. We do have decent cover in our New South Wales Cup team, but again, it's getting those boys into the top squad and
yes.
and just getting used to the systems. Playing for that top team. Um, yeah, yeah. So if Shawnee gets back or Metcalf or whoever the rest are, um, do we rush them back in? We put it this way, bro. We're pretty light on troops. It
Yeah,
might be a
we
case
are.
of having to, yeah, um, yeah. They may have to just jump straight back in.
Yeah. Jacko is just saying here that Sean Johnson to New South Wales Cup is madness.
Oh,
Um,
mate.
yeah, it'd be hard to believe if that happens. Tomorrow Martin has been MIA for the last two crucial games. If he's fully fit and wants to play Sean Johnson straight back in, says Jacko
Mm,
there. Um,
yeah, but keep in mind, even when
yeah,
SJ prior to getting injured,
yeah,
um, he he wasn't playing at top, their top echelon of footy as a
mm,
halfback. When you compare him to the likes of the uh, Reynolds, Cleary, even Munster, although Munster was injured. Um, Shawnee, yeah, okay, Dally M winner last year. Um, Long time between then and now, and there's been a lot of games, and there's been plenty of games where Sean hasn't kind of stood up.
yeah,
That's not just his fault, because a halfback can only make ground and do what he does on the back of forwards getting momentum, making ground, getting us up to the other end, so he can do his thing. Um, but yeah, you can call it madness, but I think he'll slot straight back into the top team because he's SJ.
yeah. Jacko's just saying here that Sean Johnson Metcalf were developing nicely until
Mm,
both got injured. Yeah, and I think we saw that last year as well. Like when Metcalf came in at the back end of the season, but then he ended up picking another injury. So
mm,
it's about hopefully him staying fully, fit next year. And
mm,
it's I don't
absolutely.
know, like obviously we only got a couple of games left, and if you throw in Metcalf now, I think maybe probably not the best idea. I know
Mm,
we've light on troops at the moment. I understand that, but if you want to throw in, give him some game time, maybe put him into that cup side, that New South Wales Cup team, and give him a bit
mm,
of game time there. Um, Yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon? What do you reckon there, Rio? Do you agree, or are you a bit
Oh,
different on what I think?
yeah, he's I'd love to see Luke Metcalf get back out there because the good thing
Yeah,
about Luca is like he snipes. He'll go
yeah,
looking for work, and he's fast and he's nippy, and he backs himself. You know,
yeah,
he creates gaps. You know, if he's not trying to put someone through one, he'll create one for himself, kind of thing.
mm,
So yeah, man, I'd love to see Luke Metcalf get a run. Um, yeah, maybe start him a New South Wales Cup, but Luke Cup for me is almost just maybe only one peg down from Shawnee, you know.
yeah,
And
mm,
but he is ready to jump into that top team.
yeah.
He showed glimpses of that at the start of the season. So yeah. So barring the injuries, hopefully we don't get any major injuries this Friday.
Oh,
Um, yeah, yeah, maybe give him his run. Give Luca his run in New South Wales Cup. See how that goes. But if they can get him back into the top team, yeah, fingers crossed that would be better for us.
yeah, and just before we get into chatting about Friday night's game, I just want to say that I feel like that obviously with the next couple of games now, it's about developing some of these. I think bringing in some of these younger players can't hurt right now. Give them some game time moving forward,
Mm,
because these games now maybe an opportunity for them to state their claims for next year.
mm.
Going into the off season, the
Yeah, bro.
preseason. So giving these younger players like your Ali's,
Yep.
your Leka Haliasimas,
Mm,
as well, your Jacob Lavens, all those players. I feel like if you give them these opportunities, give them that game time now for the rest of the season, it can't hurt because with 6 games left.
mm,
Throw them in there. There's no pressure on them, so they can come in. The team's not obviously playing for anything, but some pride at the end of the year. So yeah, that's just my general takes. And 6 games to
mm.
go, I feel like if we can, maybe finish off the season on a high, um, avoid bottom four because I don't feel like we
Yeah.
deserve to finish in the bottom four. I don't think we're a bottom
Mm,
four team. Probably around the 10th, 9th, 11th mark, I think is where we possibly finish.
mm.
With a depending on results with us and of course with the other teams around us as well. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where do you reckon we could probably best? I know it's not a position we want to be, but where do you reckon we
Mm.
probably could finish up now?
This is where
Yeah,
the
it's tough.
Warriors mess kicks in.
Yeah,
um,
it's
you know,
disappointing.
we've got to win. My preference is that we win every six. Sorry,
Yeah,
the next 6 games, we
yep,
win all of them. But if you're going to tap into the Warriors mess, then at least 2 of those have to be 50, 60 pointers. You know, and then we got to
yeah.
start counting on other teams losing, um,
Oh,
and so on. You know, and it's just like um, it must be nice when you're in those top 4 teams. Those are the sort of
mm,
problems you don't have to worry about, especially heading
yeah,
into September. You know, you're fully focused on just staying in the 4,
yeah,
pushing for the title kind of thing. So yeah, the 10 or 11. I like that call, bro. If we can, we're definitely better than being the position we're in at the moment. Um, I think we could definitely move up another 4 pegs easily.
mm,
Um, yeah, I'd like to see us finish 11, 10, or even 9. You know, just outside. And I mean, if we scrape in the 8, then fuck, that would be awesome. Um, yeah, but the record books are pretty clear too. No one from last has made it to the big dance and won it. Well, I think they have made it to the big dance, but they ain't won it, kind of thing.
yeah,
So it's like you can push and you can push hard. Um, and I think
yeah,
we pushed. I think we finished 8th one season and pushed as. I think we might have got knocked out the week before heading into a semi or whatever. But
mm,
but it's hard yards. It's hard yards all the way. Um, so yeah, so if we can finish just outside the 8, I'll be happy with that. We make the 8.
yeah,
Well, we make the 8, mate. I'll be eating my words for starters.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Yeah, and it's just week by week after that.
Yeah, Greg's is saying, yeah, there I'll get some of the younger players in there and get them ready for 2025. Yeah,
Mm,
and I think Greg's saying I think we can get into ninth. He reckons ninth, which would be one spot
that'd
out of
be
the eight.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
wouldn't be.
respectable.
Yeah, it'd be respectable at the way, but obviously, of course, going to this year, the expectations from a lot of Warriors fans, including myself, a few other people, would have said that we would be sitting in the top four at this stage of the season, and yeah, it's a
Mm,
shame we're not. We're not sitting in that position. It's
mm,
disappointing. It's cutting, but look, I
mm,
think results probably indicate that we probably deserve to be not in the finals at the moment. We don't
mm,
we don't deserve to be in the finals this season, but if we can somehow make a miracle at the back end of this year, I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does happen, it'll be awesome. But yeah, look,
mm.
it's all about next year for sure. But speaking of a game, we've got a game this week, so we've got a game on
All
Friday
right,
night
all right.
against the West Tigers. Another team who's been having their struggles this season. They've had their struggles for
Mm,
years, haven't they? But
yeah, yeah.
Benji's come into the fold his first year as a Tigers coach. It's a bit of a learning curve for Benji. In his first year.
Mm,
Um, I do feel like the future does look bright for the Tigers. The results might not say it this year, but I think the future's bright. They've got some good young talent coming through, some good young players there to call upon. So, what have you been watching a lot of the Tigers this year? What do you make
nah,
of the
nah.
Tigers? Yeah, but what do
I'm
you make of them? Just what you
off.
see.
Yeah, I think, and I've only really seen highlights, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they've got some really talented young players for starters. That Jerome Buller, the fullback. I do like him. Um, and one of their forwards, I think he's like 18 or 19. He's a
Yeah.
beast. Um, beast of a player, and it's
Mm,
like, um, I guess in regards to the Tigers, and I don't know fuck all about them, to be honest. But if Benji can build a platform and get those combinations going, especially in the halves, then he's actually, if he can build a nucleus of a relatively strong team that's going to be together for a while, then yeah, that hopefully we'll get them off the bottom of the ladder. Um,
yeah.
and because no one wants to finish last, and um,
Nah.
yeah, it's kind of sad that they've kind of ended up back down there, because at the start of the season they were doing all right. Um, but yeah, it was mentioned Monday night they've had a couple of big losses, so they, good luck to them. But come this Friday, I said this Monday night, I'm hoping we do a number on them. I'm hoping the
Yeah.
boys come out and we just smash them. Because in theory, um, this
Mm,
Friday's game and next Friday's game, the Tigers and the Eels, um, not trying to put the hoodoo on the boys, but
yeah.
those are relatively easy teams, and we should. Mitchell Moses is gone from the Eels, but
Yeah.
with the Tigers, and where the Tigers are at, home game for us. Yeah, we should be turning it on, bro. We should be turning it on, um, and just put them to the sword. Put it this way, bro. There's going to be one of four outcomes. We're either going to smash them, we're only just going to beat them, we we're going to just lose, or we're going to get thrashed. you know, um, those
Yeah.
last three definitely don't work in our favor. So it's got to be
Yeah.
their first one. We
Yeah.
yeah, we've got to come out there Friday night and just do a number on the Tigers and deal to them.
Yeah, and just actually going through the comments here. So Ryan is saying, yeah, I think stuff really just hasn't gone our way this year. I'm not saying we deserve top eight, just a rough year. Yeah, they haven't.
Mm,
We've had a few difficulties there in the end, but like I do feel like if you're going to be that finals team, you can't sit here and
mm,
look for excuses. I think just me being honest, injuries don't help. We've had a lot of things go against us, but like you
mm,
can't look at that. I'm sure Webby doesn't look at that and say, "Oh, that's an excuse." But Jacko's is saying here, believe it, the Tigers will look at our form of late and see a real chance to get an unlikely win. This game will be tougher
mm,
than many expect. Tigers have a good spine, which we'll go. I will actually go through the team list. give your thoughts on it, Rio, because and hello to Neutralise as well in the chat. Good luck next week. Your Viking X here, good game. And hello to Jazz in the chat. Kia ora to Jazz in the chat there. And I can't take the Tigers lightly. I want to see a lot better defence and a fast start and a full 80-minute performance. And it's something that has been a bit of a problem for us throughout the season, especially at home. Especially our home games. Last year at home we were quite strong at home. Our away form was quite good as well, but we haven't quite made go medium at staying with Fortress this season, which we should be, being at home. But we had good starts, albeit the Sharks game in round one, the Storm game, where we got off to a good start. Then we let it all slip there. So I'll go for the team list here. So Tigers, just look at the Tigers list. So fullback Jareen Buller. So Luke Lauli, I think that's how you say it. Apologies if I pronounce that wrong. Solomone Patape, Stafford Toa, Charlie Staines, Lachlan Galvin, young Lockie Galvin, Latu Fanu, halfback, Stefano Tukamanu, prop, Episode Coruscant's a captain hooker. He's back into the side, so that's a big in for the Tigers. Whenua Pole, Ruben Porter, Simele Fanu, and Isaiah Papali'i is also back for the Tigers. Their bench is Kalen De Silva, Alex Seafaf, Sione Fanu, and Alex Twal. So what are your thoughts on the Tigers team there, Rio? What are you looking out for the Tigers? Because I'm going to say Lachlan Galvin, young Lockie Galvin, is having a pretty good season. Obviously, being a rookie, very young player, only like 18. I think he's only 18 years old. So he's a very good young talent coming through for the Tigers. Obviously, Dream Buller is another one. I think is another player to look out for as a Warriors fan. We've got to watch out for. But if you look at that Tigers team, who do you reckon? Is someone you're looking out for?
Oh, definitely Buller, bro. So Dream Buller. The halves. Don't really know their Latu. Foam. But Uppy's always going to step up, bro. Uppy's a quality captain, and he always leads the troops. And he's always sniping. He's a craft hooker. He knows his craft, and he knows how to get the best out of them. And Isaiah, Papali. Again, hard to think that when he jumped and went to the Eels, had that awesome season, and then jumped to the Tigers, and it's just like it's a long distant memory, man. But still a quality player. Still when he's on, he brings the heat. But for me, it starts at the fullback. He's a weapon. Buller's a weapon, and Tans has said it all season. She actually said it last season too. That the kids want to watch. Moving forward, and if you were going to build a club or the top team around certain players, he's definitely one of them.
And just go through the Warriors team. So obviously we got a few outs this week. So Adam Pompey's out he's out for the rest of the season there. I think that's looking likely. I think that's looking like it hasn't quite been confirmed, but I think he does look like he's going to be missing for the rest of the season. So Tane's out as well. So those are the two outs. But our back line is a lot different this week. So Rogers back at fullback there. So he returns to the number 1 jersey. He played fullback last week, coming into that position, of course, for Tane there. Then Dalawatini Zalesniak on the wing. Ali Liatawa in the centres of Moala Graham Taufa.
Nice.
Edward Kosti as well on the other wing. Schnauer 3 to 5'8". Tamari Martin halfback. Whenua Blake prop. Wade Egan hooker. Barnett's the captain and prop. There with Murata Niokora in the second row, Kurt Capewell and Dylan Walker's the lock. So our bench is Freddie Lussick, Jackson Ford, Jazz Savanga, and young Leka Halasima on the bench there. and the reserves are Tom Ale, Bunty Afoa, Dimitri Safakula, Situ 2, and Ben Farr. So, yeah, what are your thoughts here on the Warriors team? I'm actually real excited about the team that we've named this week because I'm looking forward to seeing, Moala Graham Taufa play. Looking forward to seeing Ali Liatawa as well. Obviously, Roger being back at fullback, so he'll get a lot more ball, which has been a bit of a thing this year with Rogers. He's not getting enough ball. Obviously, being playing on the wing and playing the centres. So, yeah, and also you get Kossi coming back into the side as well. So that'll be really interesting to see how he goes. I like the looks of our four pack. Fanua Blake, Barnett, Neil Corey, Kurt Capewell, and Walker. I think our four pack's a lot better than the Tigers pack. They've got some good young forwards like Stefano Tikamanu and Fanole Pole as well. But what do you make out of the Warriors team there that they've named? What are your thoughts on the team? And do you think there'll be any changes come kickoff? Because you look at the reserves, do you see someone like a Situ 2 come in, or a Bunty or Tomale?
Yeah, it's a settled lineup, I suppose. I like that our two centres are New South Wales Cup boys.
Yeah.
I think they'll hold the pair of them. Ali and Moala will hold their own. And it was good seeing Ali Leitawa out there last weekend. That. But it was like the Raiders had done their homework on him, and last year when Ali played in their Canberra game over there, he had an outstanding debut. So they Raiders done their homework on him. They pretty much shut him down, but the young fella still got stuck in. So yeah, it's a relatively settled backline. The halves, yeah, I'd love to see Tamaiti just kind of it almost feels like he's retreated a bit. Whether he's carrying an injury or like last weekend, the kicking options were pretty limited, and it was just like, yeah. So they that's not a bad lineup considering the Ed Kossi, good to see him back. I think so. I can't even remember who said it on Monday night, but apparently Edward Kossi hasn't had a great season in New South Wales Cup.
Yeah, no, he
Uh,
hasn't.
yeah. So, but I guess it's more about the fact that he's played in the top team, so he knows what's expected, kind of thing. Yeah, settled four pack. But again, if and again, not trying to put the monkey on the boys, but if one of our centres goes down, you can guarantee Capewell or Marata are going to be switching out. And again, we've got to juggle this. It's been a juggling act, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, forwards are pretty settled. That interchange, yeah, they're all pretty solid. I wouldn't have mind seeing Liquor get a starting spot. But off the bench, he still brings a lot of impact. But again, my concern. Oh, and those reserves are solid. But the last two, Situ and Ben Farr, yeah, I'd like to see them kind of sneak their way onto the interchange. If I'm being honest, because when you look at our team, and we'd said this earlier in regards to who kicks the conversions. So on paper, that's Chanel. And he's the only kicker we've got. If Chanel goes down injured, and the boys mentioned it Monday night, Capewell can kick, but that was a long time ago, and Dylan Walker. so we're pretty light, bro. We're pretty light on guys that can actually kick conversions. But no doubt Uncle's already weighed all that up, and he's got his contingencies in place.
Yeah, and I just want to actually touch back on that. Actually, the last week, Tamari didn't do a lot of kicking against the Raiders. I noticed that. I was wondering, like, I put a tweet out on Twitter, and I was wondering why is he not doing a lot of kicking? Because I didn't quite understand it, because Chanel was doing a lot of the kicking.
Even Dylan Walker took a kick. Even Big
Yeah,
Barney took a
even
kick.
Barney. Yeah, Barney took a kick, and his kick wasn't
Like,
that bad because at
yeah,
least it didn't go into the, at
yeah,
least it didn't go, over the sideline or,
yeah.
But yeah, like I didn't quite understand. I don't know. Like I'd hope this week that Tamari will go back to
Mm,
kicking, getting a bit more involved with the kicking game, because he's
mm,
when he has been involved with the kicking game, he's actually been coming up with some good results for us on the
mm,
field there. Jazz is just saying, obviously, Webby chose Kossi only because of the first grade experience. Yeah, and
mm.
that's
Yeah,
that's
bro.
that's absolutely right because he's got
Mm,
experience before. He's played in first grade, and that's probably why Webby's got faith in him to pick him there in the side, even though he's probably not had the greatest season in terms of New South Wales Cup, over the New South Wales Cup there. But Michael's also saying hello to Michael Mendoza, saying he's been around for a while now. I hope he makes an impact.
same,
And
same.
Jays is saying, Jacko, that's what I was hoping for. Rest tomorrow to heal and give Farah a run. So yeah, I'm not too
Mm,
sure whether Tamari's got a bit of an injury, if he's carrying a bit of a
mm,
niggle. It may be the case. But if he is carrying an injury, maybe that's stopping him from, doing a lot of kicking. I'm not
mm,
too sure on that one. Haven't heard
yeah,
anything regards to if he's got an injury or not, but that's what us fans are speculating, I guess.
mm,
Some of you are speculating here in the chat. So Jacko's also saying, yeah, CHC can kick holes. Don't define him by one-off night. Yeah, I agree, Jacko. I absolutely agree. I think people should give him I think people we should all be giving him a fair chance, to see him bounce back this week. I think he should be given another
mm,
crack. To prove his worth, prove his goal kicking worth. It's only one game, one game. He's had an off night. He's been pretty good
mm.
for us this year when he's got that goal kicking
Yeah.
responsibility. So, and it's not as we're not he's not the preferred goal kicker
Mm,
for the Warriors. It's obviously Sean, and it's Pompey. Pompey's I think is our second goal kicker choice this season. So
mm,
yeah, just go through any more comments. So Tahi, bro, yeah, like the stream, everyone. Absolutely like the stream there. Give the stream a like if you're popping in. Click that thumbs up button. Subscribe as well if you haven't done so already. If you're new viewer or returning viewer and haven't done so already, it really shows your support for all the content. But yeah, if you look at the bench, what do you reckon on the bench? What are your thoughts on the Warriors bench here? And you look at the Tigers bench. I think our bench is pretty solid. We've got
mm.
Lusick, Ford, Tavanga, Haliasima. What do you reckon with Haliasima? How many minutes do you reckon he may get this week?
Oh, I think if he can keep him in the second row,
Yep.
you know, because to be fair with it, so he was covering last weekend um against the Raiders, and yeah, I don't know how many games he's played at
Mm.
centre, but
Mm.
he did get caught out and he got skinned, but
Yep.
um despite that, the young fella was still
Yeah.
even against the doggies, their debut against the doggies, mate, he was fired up and he was sticking it to them.
Yeah.
I'd if Liquor stays in the forwards and rotates as a second row, um, yeah, he'll be a really good asset, bro. All the boys know their assignments, so uh, Halasima, keep it simple, run it straight, smash him in defense is pretty much what he's been doing. So the young fella knows what he has to do. He's just got to front up on the day. I look forward to seeing him take the field, actually.
Yep. And Bunty Afoa and Tom
Mm,
Marley, Bunty Afoa's been he's been out of favour for quite a bit this season, hasn't he? There's been
mm,
some games where he's
mm,
made it, some games he's been sitting in the reserves. So I don't know
yeah,
what you make out of this year for Bunty. It's been a bit of a tough one for him. Not being able to find some
yeah,
consistency getting into the side because I don't
yeah.
know what it is. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, it might be that it might be a case of the guys above him, or that are
Yeah.
just in their pecking order, might just be beating him to the jump,
Mm,
and when everything's based on form
yeah.
and what you bring to the team, yeah, Bunty may have fallen out of favour. Um,
Yeah.
the only person that can fix that's Bunty, And I love Bunty Afua. I think he'd be like the times he has fronted up for us, and I think he was amongst the forwards. He had the highest tackle efficiency rate. So he was right up there. And we had him there because yeah, okay, he might not be the big meter eater in regards to our front rowers, but you can count on him making his tackles.
Yeah.
You know, almost 100% of the time he's making all his tackles. And that's not bad, bro. That's if he was to miss one tackle in an entire game, then that's he runs from the engine room. So he's right on the thick of it. Um,
Yeah.
and to have that type of efficiency at front row on defense, because they're the sort of guys you want there.
Yeah.
Not just guys just to plug gaps or whatever. Then Bunty's definitely your man. I'm hoping he manages to push his way back.
Yeah. And Tahi's just saying here, perhaps Murata still has issues with his foot injury from the
Mm,
start of the season. Yeah, I think a lot of our players are playing with niggles and injuries. I think
mm,
and that's what it feels like. And every time we go into a game, we start a game off, and suddenly we got a player coming off with an HIA or an injury, and it's just, man,
yeah.
we don't have, uh, we don't have any luck our way in terms of that happening. It seems to always happen. So
Mm,
I'm hoping that this game against the Tigers, we don't see, the same thing. Where a player comes off with an
mm,
HIA or an injury, because it seems to be always happening in the last couple of weeks.
yeah.
Injury
Yeah.
list just keeps growing and growing and growing,
Mm,
which is a real pain. And Jazz is just saying here, kickers from Sean, Metcalf, Pomps, Taupiki, CHG also. I don't think CHG was expecting to kick at all last week, knowing that
mm,
Taupiki was the backup due to kicking Cup. Yeah, and
mm,
and he has been kicking well in Cup this year as well.
mm.
He's been goal kicking very well. The Cup side, actually, shout out to the Cup side. They're doing very well at the moment. They're sitting in third
Nice.
on the ladder at the moment. So, you know,
Nice.
they they they've got 6 games. I think 6 games left, and the top five makes the finals at the end of the year. So if they can finish in the top five, they'll be in that final series again this year. So
Nice.
yeah, shout out to those boys. I think they had a bye last week, so yeah, they're back playing this weekend. They've got a game this week on Friday as well against Winty, the Magpies. So yeah, they'll be looking to finish their season on a good note, try and climb up a few more positions on the ladder and be in that finals series as well. So hello to Jono. Jono's in the chat here, so good to see you, Jono. Saying, I'm curious about these so-called independent doctors. I'm not saying Tane should not have been taken from the field, but Ethan Strange looked as dazed, but was not sent from the field. So what
Yeah.
are your thoughts there on that one, Rio?
Oh,
Yeah, but
honestly,
odd.
bro,
Yeah,
you might as well put a fiver each way. It's kind of like um that's one of my pet hates when
yeah,
a player's because they're obviously milking it, whether it's one of our guys or the opposition. They're milking a penalty,
yeah.
um, but potentially it looks like a HIA.
Mm,
They get their penalty, and then the guy just jumps up, carries on. And it's like, no,
yeah,
that guy should actually be taken off. You know, follow
yeah.
through with your protocols, kind of thing. Um, yeah, yeah, and I mean we're guilty of it as well. So
Mm,
it is a bit of a fine edge when you're trying to roll the dice like that. Um, yeah, I mean the independent doctors, it's like whoever they are, they must be getting paid pretty well, bro. Um, 'Cause, they're the sort of calls they're making, but you yeah, not trying to buy into the conspiracy side of it. That it's like there's
yeah.
favoritism going on, whatever.
Mm,
Um, and certain teams, certain players get away with it while others don't. Uh yeah, if they were truly independent, um, bit like the bunker, uh, yeah, it's like
mm,
but every team has shitty calls, and it's almost part and parcel of our game now. It happens so much more now than what it has in the last couple of years, and it's not going away. Those HIA reviews are going to be around for a
yeah.
long time, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Just read through some of these comments. So Jacko, lots of curious stuff in the NRL. just look at the bunker calls. Yeah, well, yeah, I probably don't need it. I'll be here all night if I would be going on about the the officiating the bunker calls, which you know as a Warriors fan, of
Yeah.
course I'm moan about it, but also if you're watching as a neutral watching other NRL games, it's frustrating. It's
Mm,
inconsistency at times, which is really
mm.
annoying. In my opinion, I could go even further, but I won't. Yeah, time for spec savers, Tahi. Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
yeah. But yeah, just look at the stats here, and you'll get your predictions, and we'll wrap it up. So, head-to-head stats. So played 36 times. Since 1998, and the Warriors are 120. The Tigers are 116 in the head-to-head. So the last meeting between the Warriors and the Tigers was a 30-22 win to the Warriors last year. So we only played them once last year, and in the year prior it was 2022. We won that one 22 points to 2. So we won our last couple of games against the Tigers. And the Tigers haven't beaten the Warriors in New Zealand, I think, in a while as well. So it's been a few years for the Tigers between drinks for them against the Warriors. Just look at
Mm,
their season. So they've scored 321 points this year. They conceded 538. So yeah, defense has been their
wow.
massive issue there. They're leaking points quite a lot there. Completion rate 78%. Tigers 86.5% tackle efficiency. Points scored 17 on average, and points
Mm,
conceded 29 for the Tigers on average here. So
wow. Wow.
yeah, those are some of the stats here. So just what are your little quick takes on those stats, and yeah, we'll get your prediction for the game.
Yeah, it's if you were to base a game on purely on stats, then yeah, we're gonna smoke them. Um,
Yeah,
um, but that's the beauty of the NRL. That's the
yeah,
any team can get the jump.
mm,
The bottom place team can get the jump on the top team. You know,
yeah,
um, and we're only 3 runs above the Tigers. But no doubt they're coming to
yeah,
Auckland to make a point, prove a point. Benji will be driving that home as well. But a bit like us, the Tigers have got their own problems,
mm,
and it needs to be addressed, sorted, whatever.
yep,
Um, and for us, yeah, no, yeah,
yeah,
I'll be highly surprised, bro, if the Tigers do a number on us, and yeah, that would be more demoralizing than kind of like the losing to the
yeah,
Raiders and the Doggies game, and even the Titans game. Unless we lost by the same margin, which I just can't see happening, bro.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
not Friday night. No, yeah, it's been interesting how the injury toll this
mm,
season, how much effect it has had on our top team.
yep,
Um, and that's the stuff that Webby, that Uncle has to deal with. So yeah, I'm backing the boys to win, and I'm backing the boys to win big.
yeah. But what is your margin? And who do you reckon will score the first try scorer and maybe an anytime try scorer?
Anytime. Yeah, I'm not really good on those TAB bet stuff, bro. Nah.
Yeah,
I think backs or forwards. I'm hoping it comes from a set play, and I'm hoping it's a real
yeah,
nice settled play that's like someone like Dallin. Hopefully, Dallin or Roger for first try scorer. Um,
mm,
one of those two. If we're attacking in the forwards, then
yeah,
maybe Big Aiden or Barney. Aiden
yeah,
or Big Barney. Um, yeah, yeah, that'd be my choice. First try scorer, I'll go out of those four names I mentioned, Roger, Dallin, Barney, and Aiden. I'd go Dallin. If Dallin can be the first try scorer, that'd be nice. Hopefully he gets a double. Hopefully he gets a
oh,
triple. Nah,
hat trick,
no. Yeah,
free
yeah,
tries.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll do.
just goes on the
Yeah,
rampage, bro.
yeah, free tries. That'll be nice.
Yeah,
Jacko, yeah, Jacko's just saying, yeah, Tigers have terrible defense, but yeah, they attack. They can get some ball. We need to get over their middles, and a win would follow. Yeah, I think
mm,
just our Paxton especially probably would have the wood over the Tigers in that department. And Tahi's just saying, it's scary that we're in a position to fear the bottom of the table. Yeah, I
Mm,
can't believe it. I just can't believe we're in that position we're in right now. But
mm,
hey, it's what it is.
mm.
It's a shame we're in this position, but here we are
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Which can't believe at this stage last year I was getting excited
yeah.
for a top four finish. And a chance of going
Mm,
to going to the Warriors game, taking on the Broncos down at Brisbane. So,
yeah,
which I
yeah,
was thinking
bro.
that could be a potential fixture. Um,
Right.
yeah, Wade Egan is
Absolutely, bro.
due, said Jono. Yeah, Wade Egan wouldn't be a
Mm,
bad shout. Yeah, who would have thought after preseason? Yeah, it's
mm,
hard to believe for sure. We were all so excited about this, the season ahead, and it's planned out this way. Tahi's
mm.
bro says, Ali anytime try scorer
Oh, true.
wouldn't be bad. Yeah, wouldn't be a bad shout. And Jono is also saying here, also the market defence at times, especially on their own try line, has been suspect. Expect a Wade Egan dummy to score. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
Mm,
The Tigers have been exposed around that area this year for sure. So wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors do go down that down that end. And
mm.
target that end for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go Warriors by 16. Yeah, Warriors by 16 points.
Nice.
I think we can do a 13 plus win here. Um, I
Mm,
do believe that the Tigers will go there, with nothing to lose attitude. They'll throw the ball
mm,
around. There'll be a bit of a danger as well. But sometimes you just, as a fan, you fear because you're playing these teams that aren't fearing for anything. Right? They'll throw the ball around like it's
mm.
a touch footy game. So I
Yeah,
do expect
yeah,
the
bro.
Tigers to throw some ball around and try and get some points. And I think they will get some points in the game. But I think we'll do enough. To get the win at home. We want to get the win. I think it's sold out as well. I think it is sold out.
Oh, okay. Nice,
Yeah, yeah. So
nice.
yeah,
I'd agree with you too. I agree with you too, Christian. It'll be
mm,
13 plus. I
yeah,
actually said Monday night, Warriors to win 42-16.
yeah,
So put a number on them, make a statement, and
mm,
just lift the morale, if anything, get the boys back in it just feeling like winners. Take a win, but take a big win.
yeah,
Even if it's only against the Tigers, let's just ram that point home.
yeah. Well, it is. Yeah, it is against the Tigers. And there's no disrespect to the Tigers at all. But
Mm, mm,
obviously sitting where they are on the ladder, reality is we should be winning this game.
mm,
And the following game, the next week against the Eels, which we'll worry about
mm.
after this week's game.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
bro.
I
Absolutely.
just want to think about this week's game and see how that plans out. Strono is actually saying he'll be at the game. I'll expect the bandwagons will not due to previous results, even though it's sold out. Yeah, it says it's sold out, but probably will end up like it'll be probably like half empty. But
Mm,
hopefully all the people turn up, and still cheer on.
yeah.
Give the
Yep.
boys the support they
Yep.
deserve. Um,
Yeah. Absolutely, bro.
yeah, and Jacko's just saying, yeah, we should win by plenty, but I said that before the Raiders game, so well, who knows? Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So did I,
That's
bro. So did
yeah,
I.
that's 100% facts,
Yeah.
Jacko. You're not wrong there. We
Yeah.
all say that a couple like against the Titans. I expected us to beat the Titans on the Gold Coast. We didn't do that. There was a couple of other games as well this year. I thought we'd probably win well, but we didn't end up winning well.
Mm, mm.
But yeah, so Tahi Bros is saying, see the LA Air New Zealand articles sold out also. Yeah.
Oh,
Would you,
wow.
just a question, Rio, would you be making the trip to Vegas next year for the
Yeah,
Warriors
I
game?
would love to,
Or
because and like the NRL brought out a
yeah,
schedule for the weekend a couple of weeks back, and it
yeah,
looks really good. Like they got those two Super League
yep.
teams playing, the women's, the
Mm,
Jillaroos. Is it the Jillaroos and the Black Ferns, the Kiwi Ferns? Sorry, I'm not sure who they're playing, but
yeah.
that's the international,
It's England.
and then yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow, okay. Well, I hope the Poms win.
yeah. They're
Um,
playing England.
Yeah, and then the NRL games, so it's kind of like, wow, they're really stepping it up from this year. Um, Tempting. It's very tempting, bro. It all depends on the
Yeah,
finances.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, would love to go. Would love to go.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. It's been a good show. Thanks to Rio for coming on and giving us
All good,
time
bro.
up and free time. It's really appreciated. It's good to have you on again, and I'm sure we'll have you on again as well next year. And maybe have something on maybe before the year's out if you want to jump on. But
Yeah.
thanks, Rio, for coming on. Really appreciate it.
No, that's all good. Thanks heaps, Christian. Always a pleasure talking shop with you about the boys. Love it, brother. Love it. Love your mahi too.
Awesome. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to all the viewers. We had Tahi Bro. We had Greg, Jazz, Jacko. We had Jono. Everyone in this chat. Thanks to you all for watching and tuning in and supporting the channel as you do. Really much appreciate it. Make sure you like the live stream if you haven't done so already. Click the thumbs up button on the live stream. And also, if you haven't done so already, please also go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. So it's shows your support for the content, and it also helps all get the numbers up, helps boost the channel, get the word out about the content as well. And go and check out Warriors Fan TV as well. Shout out to Nick and all the Warriors Fan TV crew. We've had all of them come on this channel. Actually, we've had Rio, we've had we've also had Tarns. We had a few. Just got to get Nick on. Nick still hasn't come on. So,
bro, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Nick, his wife and their two boys, they've all moved to the Netherlands. So when we done the Monday night kōrero 2 days ago, he zoomed in or he set it up from from over there, brother. Our Warriors Fan TV's got an international taste to it. But that's thanks to Nick and everything that he's doing. But if people weren't aware, the brothers still Nick still hearty as still does the Monday night kōrero, but from the lounge and is in another country, bro, halfway around the world.
Well.
Yeah. And it's cool. It's pretty cool. It's cool what he's doing.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick. Big shout out to him. Hope he's doing well, and best wishes to him for his trip over there. He's over there already, isn't he? So best of luck to him. Best of luck to him and the family there. It was nice to meet him for the very first time when I was over there this year in New Zealand. So it's good to meet him before he headed off. Nice bloke, very nice bloke. So it's
top
good to
man,
meet
bro.
him. But
top man.
Yeah, real top man there. But guys, I think that's it. That's it for us. Up the wires, go the Warriors. Best of luck to the boys on Friday night there against the Tigers. Also I want to give a shout out to all the New Zealand athletes for the Olympics coming up as well. So,
sure.
Big shout out to them as well. Good luck to those guys representing New Zealand at the Olympics. But have a good one, everyone. Up the wires.
Go the fucking Warriors, bro.
Go the wires, and see ya. Have a good one.
Cheers, bro.